All right, we are live. Hello, hello. Testing 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. All righty then. Well, let's get this show on the road. Welcome, everyone. This is a hi, Floor. How's it going? My gosh, it's been a long time. You've been having lots of fun. Hey, Mando, what's going on? Anyways, while everybody's hopping in, I just wanted to. Today's live is really about how to build consistency in anything that you do. You see, one of the things that prompted me to think about this topic was over the past 90 days, I have been doing my affirmations. And this is the second time, third time, no, fourth time, fifth time around that I have done it over the 90-day mark. And I see so many different entrepreneurs who want to do affirmations or something consistently over time, because it's not the thing that you do once in a while that makes a difference. It is what you do consistently over time that makes a difference. And I just thought I'd share with you on how you can, whether it is affirmations or anything that you need to do, how it is that you can build consistency to reframe, reboot your mind, and anything else that you want to do. Okay. Now let's just take the topic of affirmations. Okay. So affirmations really, most entrepreneurs that I know of, and any seminars or any programs that you've attended, at least in the past 40, 50 years, talk about some aspect of affirmations. It's about reprogramming your mind. It's about reprogramming your subconscious, your conscious mind, in order to acquire, and become the things that you want to become or do and have, and all of that stuff. And the challenge is, because of our priorities, because of so many things that we have to do and we're constantly juggling, this one thing gets left behind. And we fall off the bandwagon and we're feeling frustrated, defeated, and it's just like we ultimately give up. And then 6 months, a year, 2 years later, we're like, you know what, let's just pick that back up. And then you do it again for a day, 2 days, and boom, it's gone again. It's just absolutely tiring. And why I'm sharing this is because over the past 10 years, I have been, since I've been educated in this idea, into this, in this concept, it's been a battle over the past 10 years until I started teaching this idea of doing affirmations. And I'm like, you know what, if I'm teaching, I might as well be consistent with it myself. And I found out that the advice and knowledge was already out there. It's not something that what I'm about to share with you, it's not out of the blue. But most people think that it's one thing that they have to do and then boom, it's just going to happen. It's never the case. It's never one thing that makes something drastic happen. It's a combination of a few things. And I thought I'd summarize for you what are those things that help me consistently do this thing over a 90-day period. Okay, so grab a notepad, grab a pen, whatever you have there, and let me give you an insight on not only just how I've been able to do it, but how I've been able to teach this to many other entrepreneurs all around the world, for them to be able to develop this consistency as well. So number one, so here's the plan on how you engineer consistency. Okay, so number one is accountability. Now, everybody knows about accountability, but do you really implement it? Let me give you an example. So when I have to do my affirmations, one of the first people that I inform and let them know that I'm going to do it is my 9-year-old daughter. And I say, sweetheart, Papa is going to be on a mission, and I'm going to do this for 90 days straight. She's like, Papa, why don't you do it for 100 days? I'm like, fine. So 90 days straight. But I let her know. You know what that does? Is that tells me, that gives me a huge accountability, that every so often she just asks me, she's like, Papa, what day are you on? I want to make sure that I want to be a role model for her. To me, I want to be an inspiration for her. If Papa says something, Papa does it. And to me, that's a huge accountability. And every single time I don't feel like doing it, or life's coming in the way and stuff is happening, I always I always think about it. It's like, okay, you know what? My baby girl is going to ask me, it's like, Papa, did you do it? And I want to make sure that I put every single ounce of my energy in making sure that I make it happen that day. Okay, so that's accountability. Not only that, what happened is after I think I had done it consistently for about maybe 145 or 150 days, and then I fell off. I missed a day, and then I reverted back to day one, and I started over again. And for the life of me, I could not get past day 19. And so what I did is I said, okay, you know what? This is important to me. I want to do this thing. So in the form of accountability, not only did I let my daughter know and my family know, but I also put another accountability in place for me to hold myself to the utmost accountability. And here's what I did. So I called one of my friends who's also into affirmations and everything like that. And I said, listen, I'm going to do this. I seem to keep falling off the bandwagon. I don't seem to have accountability enough. So here's what's going to happen. By noon Eastern Standard Time, every single day, I'm going to send you a text. If you don't receive a text from me, I want you to text me and ask me for $500. So every day that I miss, I'm going to give you $500. And that was big enough accountability for me to keep doing it. And just as I finished my 90 days, she says, congratulations to me. And I said, well, you know, it's all your help. I really did not want to give you the $500. So I'm not saying that you have to put the $500 figure on there, but do something that is inconvenient for you. Maybe for you it's $1,000. Maybe for you it's $100. Whatever it is, but it has to be uncomfortable for you. That is when you know your results are more important to you than your own circumstantial stuff. Okay, so that's tip number one, is accountability. Okay, number two, what would we do? Make it convenient. So convenience is number two. What does that mean? In order for you to do something consistently, you have to make sure that you make it convenient for you, depending on your lifestyle. How do you do it? So to me, I have a favorite notepad that I keep, and it's always yellow. My wife knows that it's yellow. She always makes sure that I have a stack of this, and it's about, so it's, I just kind of peel it off. And this notepad is always sitting on my breakfast table, right? So in the morning, and where my daughter sits, right beside it is a notepad and a pen. And everybody knows in my house not to move this thing. They don't move it. So it always stays there. Regardless of who's coming to the house or anything like that, it is always sitting there. So as soon as I sit down and I try to do this thing, that's a sneaky thing for you, for those of you who are parents and you want to teach your kids to do it, this is my sneaky way of doing it. So I do it around her. So most of the time, whenever I'm doing my affirmations, I'm doing it around my daughter just so that she sees it. It's not just about telling her to do stuff. It's about showing how to do it. So anyways, so number two is to keep it convenient. Maybe for you, it's not breakfast table. Maybe for you, it's an office. As soon as you go into the office, you have the notepad, nothing else around it. You have the notepad and your pen so that you can start writing. Okay, whatever that may be. Make it convenient. For you, maybe, I don't know, somebody said to me that they keep it beside their toothbrush. I'm like, how does that work? Well, as soon as they finish brushing their teeth, they grab it and they start doing it, right? Just start there to develop the habit. So I want to make sure, like, you got to make it convenient for you. It can't be, don't have to jump through the hoops and everything like that. The biggest reason, one of the things that my coaches said, I have a coach who helps me forming my habits. And she said to me that you got to outsource the things that you want to do to your environment. Maybe one of these days I'll bring her on. She can talk about some stuff. So you got to make this convenient for you by putting it in your environment. Maybe it's going to sit on your nightstand. Whatever the case may be, make it convenient for yourself. Got it? So number one was accountability. Let other people know, and even if you really want to play a bigger game, let somebody know to that you're going to give them like, you know, $20 every day that you miss, right? Or $100, whatever your number is. Put it. That's only going to happen when your game is more important to you and the results are more important to you. Number two is make it convenient, okay? To keep it within your routine somewhere where you are always going to be in front of it. Number three is to keep it simple. Keep it simple. Many people want to start their affirmations or want to do something, but they try to make it complicated. It's like, oh, but Raz, I got so many things to talk. I got 20 things that I want to write on there, or 15 things that I want to write on there. No. First, develop the habit, then keep adding on to it. When I first started this thing, I started it off with just 5 lines. Now it's like close to like 15. It's like this side of the page and then the other side. But keep it simple. When you're first developing this habit, choose 5 areas of your life, maybe relationships, business, work, finance, health, fitness, spirituality. Use those areas and just write your affirmation just on those areas. Make it convenient for you. You can keep adding to it later on. It's okay. Nothing's going to happen. Do for 1 week, just do 5. Maybe the following week you just start doing 8. The following week you can start doing 10. I don't know, whatever the case may be, just do it. But keep it simple. You gotta keep it simple, because otherwise our lives are way too busy. We live in a technological world. We live busy lives. If it's not kids, it's work. If it's not work, it's our job. If it's not that, it's some other thing that is taking a strain on our time. So I hope these 3 tips help you. Again, accountability, convenience, simplicity. Those are the 3 things. Combine those together, and there's nothing that you can't do consistently over 90 days. Remember, it's not what you do once upon a time that makes a difference. It's what you do consistently, however small, what you do consistently over time that produce the results. Okay? So I hope this helps you so that you can stop feeling defeated and frustrated with your affirmation and instead get on the path to reprogramming your mind and ultimately getting the results that you want to get, whatever they may be. I appreciate you guys being here. Like, share, whatever it is that you want to do, but make sure the one thing that you absolutely do is execute. Apply this information. Otherwise, it's just one of those things. You all know this stuff. It's not about knowing things, it's about executing them. Have a good one, everybody.